Hi everyone. If this is the first video you're watching of me, my name is Haley Peterson and I have breast cancer. I'm 21 years old and today I'm going to show you my mastectomy that I got on my right breast, and I'm also going to show you my drains because I still have them in. I'll have them in for a few more weeks, and then I'm also going to show you how I empty them because I haven't emptied them yet this morning, and I'm going to show you how I get ready to shower because it's a little different. So I'm going to pre-warn anyone that is watching this that this is going to be somewhat of a graphic video. If you aren't okay with seeing scars or cut, I would just quit watching the video now. And then also, obviously, since this is on YouTube, anybody can watch it. You know, if you think this is gross and nasty and all that kind of stuff, you should probably just keep it to yourself. This is, you know, something to be educational for people that don't know what a mastectomy is. And also, you know, maybe for people that are going to be getting a mastectomy and really don't know what to expect. I know it's going to look gross and it's going to look deformed. It's obviously not a breast anymore. So now that we have that all out on the table, if you want to continue watching this, then you are more than welcome, obviously, since I put it on the internet. And the mastectomy removes all of your breast tissue. And it also removes the skin over top of your breast tissue, or the majority of the top of your breast tissue. So what it does is your breast tissue goes from way up here, kind of above your armpit, and it actually goes down to about an inch or two below where the fold on your breast would be. And then it also goes all the way over to your side, basically halfway to your back. And so, and then it goes, you know, to your sternum. So this entire area, all of the tissue cells are taken out there. The muscle is left. The skin, you know, on the side, the top, the bottom, that is left. But the skin over top your breast is removed as well. That includes the nipple and areola. I had a skin-sparing mastectomy. So when they stretch my breast out later with an expander, it'll have a little more natural of a shape. It'll hang down a little more naturally just because the skin won't be as tight, simply because there is more skin. The incision goes from your side all the way straight across until it reaches your areola, then cuts out around the areola and removes that. All the tissue is taken out from that incision that they have cut open, and then they stitch it right back up along the side until they reach where the areola was, and then they basically cinch it like you would like a drawstring bag. So I would do the skin sparing simply because you have more skin left over to have a more natural shaped breast, and then the scar only goes halfway out. And so when you're wearing things like a bathing suit or a bra later, once you have reconstruction done, that scar won't be visible at all. The only way you wouldn't be able to get one is if your cancer has spread to your skin. Then they might have to, you know, either remove more skin or just do the full traditional mastectomy. I'm getting more mobility back in this arm every day, but it's still really hard to like lift it higher than this. I can't just lift this arm up like you would, you know, this one you just lift it up when you're taking a shirt off or on. I get to this point and I'm like, oh my god, it's stuck. So zip up's obviously easier. So they give you a mastectomy bra while you're in the hospital, which is very grandma-ish, and I will show you that. It is obviously not what a 21-year-old would be wanting to wear. The bra has this thing that holds my tubes, which I'll have to have, you know, until I get the drains out. And This part, this is going to be gross, I'm letting you know. I have 2 drains here that are attached to me. They're just sewing into my skin. And this is actually the most painful of anything. It's more painful than the mastectomy itself, actually. It makes it really hard to sleep. I had to sleep on my back because it hurts too much to sleep on my side, and I can't sleep on my stomach yet from the mastectomy. So it's been hard to sleep. But these drains here, this is actually, if you can see that red, that's actually like tissue coming through, which is really, really disgusting. But they drain out this liquid, which is now kind of yellowish colored. It was really red. It turns more yellow every single day as the basically like blood starts to clear out. And then these are the tubes that are attached to me. They're labeled right and left, and they have this liquid that accumulates in them that I empty 3 times a day. I have these jars that, you know, you would see in like your science classroom that have, you can't really see it now. They have markers for millimeters, you know, 20, 40, 60, 80. The first few days, these were getting filled up, you know, 180, 60 milliliters. Quite frequently, it was filling up over half the jar. Now that's not the case. It hardly fills up any of it at all. Lots of times less than 5 millimeters. But all I do is open this top, and the drain automatically expands into this kind of grenade shape. And I just empty it into this jar, which is just, you know, lovely to do. And then after I've emptied, and there'll be a little bit left in it, so you just can't get it all. But after I have emptied it all, then you squeeze it back together and put this cap on, and then that flattens it and creates a suction again to kind of siphon out more of that liquid that's draining from where the surgery was. And then we look at this, and you're supposed to look at it on a flat surface. So I will do that and measure it in a little bit. But basically, you look at it and you see where it is. Let's see here. This one looks like it's probably going to be at about 10 milliliters. You do the same thing on the right. You know, put them back in this thing and you're ready to go. Then I have this recording sheet where I write down when I drain them, how much is being drained out, and then the totals for the day. Because once it gets down to between 20 and 30 milliliters a day total, that's coming out of them, then I can have the drains removed. Now I'll show you how I get ready to shower, because that's obviously different since I have something attached to my body. I can't just have hanging. I got this lovely lanyard, which looks like a 5-year-old. And basically what I do is I wear this lanyard. At the end of it, it actually just has 2 safety pins. Hi, cat. She's chasing shadows right now, or highlights in the shadows from stuff that goes by, and she's like tweaking out. Basically, I just open up these safety pins, and in these tags where the drains are labeled, I put the safety pin through the tag, and then I attach the safety pin onto the lanyard. And so the drain actually just hangs from me. And then I do that with the other one. When you bend over in the shower, like if you lean forward at all, it is just like the drain's kind of hanging and leaning forward, and it does pull on them, so that part sucks. But as you can see, they just hang from this, so it isn't hanging from this. From my skin, it hangs, you know, from the lanyard, so it doesn't create that pulling effect, and which would not only be painful, but probably be harmful in the healing process. But now I'm going to show you, probably what you guys have, come to watch the video for. I'm going to show you my mastectomy. But the bra Velcro's in front, so you just unvelcro the bra, and I actually still have pen marks from the doctor because I can't feel anything on the skin, but the muscle underneath is extremely sensitive and sore. And so I just try not to touch it other than when I have to. And you're not supposed to sit and rub and scrub on the area because stitches are fresh and it's a wound still. So you don't want to sit and scrub on it. But this is my mastectomy. I have these butterfly bandages across. You can see this is where the incision was. It went down across my areola, and then they left some skin here. This is actually skin that's left over, which is just horrifying to me. I really don't like touching it because I can't feel, this is weird, like I can't feel a thing as I'm pulling this off. There's just absolutely no feeling. This is where my areola used to be. Not that far down, I think. I think it's sagging because of the leftover skin. But this is the end of the scar. This is as far as it goes out. So the scar goes from here to here. Once I get this stretched out and there's a breast in place, it will not be visible. So that's good. I was really shocked at first. The first time I saw it was actually when a nurse was checking it to see, if it has any infections while I was still in the hospital. And she just, unvelcroed my bra and pulled it back and they had padding over it, like gauze padding, basically, a big sheet. And, she pulled that back and I was all drugged up and I looked down and because I didn't realize what she was doing, and I was just devastated and I started crying. I was like, I didn't want to see that. But, after that first initial time, what's there and it's really not that bad. Once I get the drains out, I'll just wear I'll get a prosthetic breast, basically, just something you go to a store and they have size and shape that you match to your remaining breast, and then you put it in your bra and it feels like a regular breast, and has the same look when you're wearing clothing, so people can't tell that you had a mastectomy. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next year and a half until I start reconstruction. They're really expensive though. They're over $100. I think they're $150 for that prosthetic breast. But it's really important to me that I have it because I don't want to, feel deformed in public just because people won't know why I have the shaped body that I have now. I don't know that this video will ever be viewed enough, that anyone that doesn't know me is going to see it. But, if it is, viewed by people that don't know me, if you at all, or even people that do know me that may have to get a mastectomy at some point, or someone in their family got a mastectomy and maybe it wasn't really discussed because, people really don't want to talk about this surgery because not only is it personal because it's on your breast, but it is kind of gross. The drains are gross. The scar is not attractive. The lack of breast tissue there is not what people are used to seeing on a woman. Not having an areola and nipple is kind of defeminizing. It's something where I can totally understand why people wouldn't want people to even know about it. I hope this video was just kind of educational for people that don't know what a mastectomy is. I hope you kind of have a better grasp of what that is and what the purpose of it is and how it's done, as well as what goes along with it, like the drains and the showering process, and sleeping is even different, getting dressed is different. I more than touched base on everything that I wanted to show you and talk about. So hopefully this video has
been ever so spectacular as you expected it to be.